When I started my graduation, I wanted to be a person who ended up getting a package of more than 20 lakh rupees. And all of a sudden I realized, oh, commerce does not have these packages. I looked at my friends from computer science and all of those people were like, I got a package of 12 lakh, 15 lakh. And I was like, what? We just have packages of 2 to 3 lakh, 4 lakh that are coming to our university. What? And ideally some of them ended up getting 5 lakh also. But I wanted to be a person who ended up getting a high package. Just realized that commerce does not have these packages until I started figuring out that there are other fields that you can enter into after commerce that have high packages. And the worst thing is we don't even know about those things. So in this video I'm going to talk about 5 things. I ended up doing the financial route of it, the finance thing. I did CFA, FRM, but mine is different. I'm going to talk about the other 5 things as well. So without further ado, let's directly jump into it. But yeah, hit the subscribe button and hit the like button if you want more such videos. At number 1, you should look at a career field called business analytics. Now, let's talk about business analytics. Think about it. Whenever you step out of your house and you buy anything, people end up asking you for your mobile number. Like when you go for chai at Chayos, they ask you for your mobile number. When you ask for coffee, Starbucks, they ask you for your mobile number. When you go to shopping, let's suppose you go to Reliance Mart, they ask you for your mobile number. Let's suppose you end up going for Big Bazaar, they ask you. All of these people are gathering your mobile numbers. Why are they gathering your mobile numbers? So that they know that's what you purchased today. This is what you purchased after a week. This is what you purchased after a month. So they understand your spending patterns. And then they can predict, okay, you will come back and buy, let's suppose, a bag of chips 1 month down the line. So I can make a deal with the company that gives chips. Let's suppose Lay's. I can make a deal with Lay's and get a better discount for myself and give you that product. So this is what business analytics does. They understand the data and then figure out how we can use this data to make higher profits. Now, how can you enter into this field? The best thing that you can do is get started with statistical software that can include first understanding the basic computer languages. R and Python would be a great start for business analytics. Now, when you look at it from an Indian perspective, there are a lot of business analytics students available because a lot of people from CS also end up joining this. But what you can look at is if you're planning to go to Australia, it'll give you a higher post-study work visa. If you're going to Ireland, better chance of getting a job. So you can look at other advanced economies for such roles. Now, one very important question is, will AI take over this job? So a certain section of this job will be taken over. The part where processing of data used to happen, that will be taken over by AI. What do I mean by that? Let's suppose we used to get a ton of data and then business analytics students used to first of all process this data. Find patterns in this data. I feel like those patterns wala part would be done by AI will do all of that. Now, interpretation of that data and using that data to make decisions would be done by business analytics students. So the first part, so the part where high programming knowledge was required, where you had to do programming, that part would be automated, but that doesn't mean that you don't need to know the programming language. You need to know the basics of it for you to understand how to develop on it. So R and Python will still remain very important to becoming a business analyst. The second career path that you can look at is digital marketing. What do we mean by digital marketing? Think about it. Any company that has an online presence needs people for it to have online presence, be that content marketing, be that paid advertisement, be that SEO, all of these things, be that reaching out to companies, be that anything that is online comes under digital marketing. Now, this is like a huge domain. There are a lot of people entering into it. You don't specifically need to do a degree for this thing, but what is highly recommended is you work on it. You do certifications. There are many free certifications. You can do the certifications by Google that are completely free for this. It is a huge field, but also know it is a very highly saturated field. There are many people doing it. Always remember, there are many people doing it, but not enough people who are doing it correctly. So if you understand it well enough, if you're able to make your own niche, you can end up making shitloads of money. But on an average, a digital marketer would not be making more than 20,000-30,000 rupees. Yes, 20,000-30,000 rupees is what a digital marketer would be making. But if you're a specialist, suppose you can end up helping people, companies grow their Instagram page. Making 1 lakh rupees goes nowhere. Like easily, 1 lakh rupees per month is something that you can easily get. I, for one, specialize in digital marketing, that too specifically content marketing, that too specifically Instagram content marketing. There were companies who used to pay me 3 lakh rupees per month just to tell them what to post. I wasn't the face of that company. I just used to tell them what to post. That's it. And that is how much you can make just in digital marketing itself. I do not continue doing that because I would rather focus on my own Instagram page. But I know people who made shit ton loads of money in digital marketing itself. But always remember, you have to be very good at it. If you're planning to be average at digital marketing, it has no scope. Will AI take over this job role? Very easily it will take over. Think about content marketing. AI can very easily take over content marketing, your photo creation, your Canva thing, all of those things, very simple things can be very easily taken over by AI. Will AI be able to understand the algorithmic changes that happen? Will AI be able to understand what are human emotions like? That will take a lot of time. And even if that happens, someone who is a specialist will always be better than AI. Always be better than AI. So again, if you're planning to be average at digital marketing, if you just feel like, oh, I'll work for it on 2-3 months and I'll be good at it, it isn't gonna happen like this. You have to be a very highly specialized person in digital marketing. You have to figure out your niche. You have to carve out your career in digital marketing, take up one thing and be the best at it. In that case, no, AI will definitely not take over your job. But if you're planning to be average at it, then AI will definitely take over. At number 3, there is management consulting. Now think about it. There are big, large corporations. They're focused on their business. Now, if some other business looks at their entire business and feels like, oh, they should switch to this domain, or they should add this vertical to it, or they should remove this person, or they should do X thing, Y thing, Z thing. Now, someone from the outside tells them that do this thing to improve your efficiency, to improve their profits, or something like that. That is the role of a management consultant. So, an outside person who looks at your business and tells you that these are the things that you're doing correctly, these are the things that you're doing wrong, and this is what you should be doing, is the part and role of a management consultant. How do you become a management consultant? You have to do a good degree for it. And when I say a degree, you're looking at an MBA. If you plan to do an MBA, only good MBAs are recommended. If you're planning to do an average MBA, please don't do it. It's going to be a waste of your time and money and resources. Don't do it. Don't do it at all. Only if you're planning to get into a good MBA school, management consulting would be applicable and you will be able to reach that position. Otherwise, management consulting jobs are very highly paid and not that many. What are the average salaries that you're looking at in management consulting? Right out of college, after your MBA, you're looking at 15 to 20 lakh rupees. And when you're looking at a partner level salary, sky is the limit. Can AI take over your job? Since it requires a very high level of perplexity and it requires a very high level of human interaction and as well as understanding. So it is difficult for AI to take over the job, but over the years, outside, the trend has been that management consulting has started to stagnate. But that is not the case with India. Since India is a huge growing economy, India will see a lot of management consultant jobs coming out. So it is like we are living 20 years behind US. So for the next 20 years, management consulting will see a golden age. You will see a lot of people shifting towards management consulting. That is definitely going to happen. And that is where high salaries will come for a commerce graduate. The fourth industry I want to talk about is the audit industry. Now, everyone who is watching this video coming from commerce field knows about chartered accountancy. But chartered accountancy is an Indian thing. There are other degrees such as CPA and ACCA, and I would specifically want to talk about CPA. Now, what does a chartered accountant do in India? In India, a chartered accountant makes your accounts, audits it, and then signs and stamps it and says that, okay, all the details that are provided are correct. CPA does the same work for US people. But now understand, if I'm an employer in USA, I need a CPA. If I hire a person in USA as a CPA, someone who has studied so much, I would have to give that person a salary of $100,000. $100,000 is 80 lakh rupees. That is where companies like Big Four, Deloitte, EY, KPMG and PwC are hiring Indian students to do the same work because they don't have to pay Indian students 80 lakh rupees. Indians end up doing CPA and are happy to work for a salary of 15 to 20 lakh rupees. Right out of college, you will be looking at a salary of 6 lakh rupees. But in some time, you will be, as soon as you become a CPA, you're looking at a salary of 15 lakh rupees. Within 1 year of you becoming a CPA, you will be earning a salary of 15 lakh rupees sitting in India. Now you can decide to move to US or any other country and earn a higher paycheck, but this is still required. Will AI take over it? Again, the basic audit part is already being taken over by AI, but the final signing authority that CAs get, that is going nowhere. Regardless of AI doing anything, that is going nowhere. Eventual signing, eventual audit, eventual final signature would be coming by a person only. and that is why CPAs would still stay there, because they have a signing authority. They are certified by the government to sign papers. A computer will never be allowed to do that because a lot of manipulations can. Even though manipulations happen like this also, but there is someone accountable here that this person did wrong. If there is AI, there would be no one accountable for it. So final signing authority will still stay there and salaries will still stay high. So CPA is a degree that I would highly recommend if you're planning to enter towards the audit side. But the working hours for CPAs in India are terrible right now. But it is still very highly paid and something that you can definitely look out for. Fifth thing would be the finance field. Now there are at least 15 job roles that I can think of when I think of finance. You can enter into a mutual fund, you can enter into a hedge fund, you can enter into credit risk. There are so many analytics, analysts, so many things that you can enter into. Investment banking, management consulting I talked about, but financial consulting. There are so many things that you can enter into if you plan to enter towards the side of finance. So I will be making a dedicated video for that. But again, if this video is getting likes, if this video, let's aim for 500 or 1000 likes, I don't know. But if I feel like, okay, this video was good, people found this useful, I'll make more videos. Otherwise, again, we'll not talk about this topic. Also, thank you so much for watching this video. If the finance video is out, that will be here, and CFA video is here. And if you're still a young kid deciding which bachelor's field to go for, this video, what's this?